USA. We're in Yankton, South Dakota, and it's time for the World Archery Indoor Championships, a once every 2-year event to crown world champions. First off, the junior team competition. Team USA squared off against Team Canada in a North American showdown for women's compound junior gold medal. USA nearly perfect in the second end, rolls to victory by 5, 230 to 225. The #1 seed USA, led by Curtis Broadnax, went up against #2 seeded Australia in men's open competition for the compound junior world championship title. Charting 11 tens in the first 2 ends, the Americans dominated by 5, 233 to 228. But before we do that, before we get into the next match, here's a closer look at one of our shooters competing for gold in Yankton.
I started shooting when I was 6. I liked that I could beat all the boys. I probably practice for about like an hour or 2 each day, maybe like 4 to 5 days a week.
10, 10, 10.
I like that the really good days that I have shooting archery, like when I win all my matches like today, those mean, like the feeling I get after winning means so much more than the feeling I get after losing. I always want to shoot my best, but I want to try to be like the best in the world.
Qualification #1 ranked Eliza Rohner of Italy took on the #2 ranked American Cassidy Cox in a thrilling showdown. By 2 after the first end, Cox hung on and came back with a perfect 4th and 5th end to win gold, 145 to 143. So we introduce you to one more athlete competing. It's Curtis Broadnax in his own words.
I've been involved in archery since I would say 5 years old. I got a toy bow. When I was 6, my dad realized I was left-eye dominant, so he switched me over to left-handed. And then I started tournament archery in 2015. It's so addicting. I mean, the good shots keep you coming back, and the good experiences, and with your friends and family and all that stuff. It's a lot of fun, and I really enjoy it. I shoot about 6 days a week, especially now since we're shooting all the time. Trying to shoot the best we can for tournaments. I play high school golf for my school. Both of them are definitely 90% mental. You got that right, and I think it's more the fact of pushing yourself, because both of them you push yourself to do better in both of them, and I guess that's what keeps me coming back.
Curtis Broadnax is the compound junior men world champion.
I won the outdoor junior world championship, so that'd be awesome to have both titles at one time.
The morning session concluded with the men lining up for gold in the compound junior final. Simon Olsen from Denmark going up against Curtis Broadnax from the United States. Tens were on display as these two battled back and forth, pushing to a shootout. And 2 more tens, it was Olsen's closest to the center that got him the victory. The afternoon session began with the women's team gold medal match, USA versus Russia.
The team of
After the second end, the U.S. led by 1 point. Heading into the fourth end, the U.S. led by 3. Yeah, it's a different level of energy, as you know, trying to make the switch from compound to recurve with dreams of Olympic gold dancing through your head for the 2020 Olympic Games in Japan.
Your shot, okay?
So the final end of regulation scoring, 170, 173, 6 arrows apiece, 4 gold.
We really need a strong start here.
See the flinch?
Mm-hmm.
Uncharacteristic for Avdieva. Little flinch. Great shot.
Let's go, Mary. Good strong shot. Finish all the way there. Yep. Good
Beautiful
shot. Let's go, Bree. Shoot your shot. Good shot. And on the top.
About
You
that
got it.
line. About an 1/8 shaft in.
Yep.
Great shot by Cage.
That'll do.
That one looks just outside. Officially, they're calling it a 9-10 liner.
They've had so many close ones. They're just not catching the lines.
Good shot.
Let's go, Mary. Shoot your shot all the way there.
It's now about a 23 points.
It's about a 3-point advantage right now. Yep. Let's go,
Tell
Bree.
Mary Ham wanted to come back to archery
Shoot your
in one
shot
way.
all the way
To
there.
put gold medal around her neck.
Yep. Good shot. Let's go, Paige.
All they have to do is hit the target to win.
Ten, 9, 8. Yep.
She does it in fine style.
Perfect 60 to close out the match.
Wow. Not that a trip to the emergency room, you know, that's going to make that any better, but it's got to be a little bit nicer for the team from the USA and Paige Gore. Straight from the emergency room to the top step of the podium. And a great shooting by the Russian Federation as well.
And they have some young shooters on their team as well, so should be a bright future for them.
A perfect end for the United States, resulting in gold with a final score of 233 to 226. Next up, the United States took on Italy in the men's team competition on Compound Monday. The U.S. is the world record holder in this competition with a perfect 240 for 24 arrows back in 2009. Italy qualified number 2, and this match lived up to the 1 versus 2 hype. U.S. led early, but let Italy back in, shooting 3 9s to finish the second end. After 3 ends, the U.S. led by a point as we head into the final end to decide gold. Crystal, have you been in this situation before, especially with these targets, 40-centimeter targets, that 10 ring just 2 centimeters around, about the size of a penny in the U.S. You saw earlier on in the broadcast, it's a little smaller than a U.S. quarter, 18 meters downrange, where you just can't hit the middle on one of those, just that one target?
Oh yeah, it happens to all of us. One day it can be the middle target, one day it's the top target. There always just seems to be that one that just gives you fits.
Definitely, if you're Jesse Broadwater right now, you have to be thinking to yourself, I don't want to be the shooter that gives this one away.
For sure.
Shot by Simonelli. The fresh target face was the left target for Italy as well as the United States. So Simonelli prefers to shoot the target on the right first, target on the left second. Our other 2 shooters, the left target first.
I think he actually shoots both of his arrows on the right target because he's on the line permanently on that right-hand side.
Oh, is that what it is? Oh, I see what you're saying, yeah.
So there's no requirement for order, or as long as there's 1 arrow in every target, you can pick and choose who shoots what.
So, at the moment, it's called a 10 for Tate Morgan.
Still on that right side.
But he caught it.
You got it, bud. Toe it up. Half shaft in on the right. Nice shot, Chris.
Didn't matter that there was a target change there.
Absolutely not.
Still put it in the middle.
Yep.
So the only arrow he missed was that very first arrow after probably being a little flustered.
Yep. And you're right, so Simonelli goes bottom to middle on target, the right target. So now it's Sergio is the only shooter that actually has to cross. It's not that far, but it's still a little bit of an angle. A little bit more difficult shot, even indoor at 18 meter.
Bravo, Sergio.
Makes it look easy on that one.
Devono far 29 per vincere. Non devono far 27, devono far 29 per vincere.
Yeah, I saw a little bobble there right before the shot broke.
Good job, man.
Lots of left on that one, but it catches.
Those clicks paid off.
A 10 to win for Chris Shaw from the United States. 4 gold.
Assuming that first arrow is in.
He doesn't. So the win awarded to the United States for gold in the compound men's team. But we're going to wait till we hear this judge call.
10-10.
That's
9-10-10.
That was the call we were looking for, that very first arrow. It wasn't an asterisk on our screen.
10-10.
Yep, so 59-59. So that 1 point advantage for the United States after end number 3 captures them the gold medal. So congratulations to the United States. This completes a compound team gold medal sweep for the United States. Now, critical to the success of archers in archery are coaches. Some aspire to coach and some just fall into it. Here's more about coaching in archery.
It wasn't a wish or a vision that I now want to be a coach. I was an athlete and I missed out on the 2008 Olympic Games, and there was a possibility of coaching. So I would like to try and see if it was something I would like to do. And after 1 year, some successes, and I'm still here.
I didn't aspire to become a coach. I went to a structural engineering school, but I was asked if I could be an assistant on the junior team, and that's the way I rolled into the national coaching staff and grew into that. So now I'm here.
The summertime is the most important time of the year in archery because the competitions outdoors are really important, like the Olympic Games. So in winter times we work a lot on technique, and in the summer times it's more the mental part.
Here coaching is purely mental. They all know how to shoot, they did it 10,000 of times, but it's just to keep them focused and keep them in a positive mindset and keep the archers looking forward to the next shot, and that's really, really mental. Because here it's not a place anymore to focus on technique. Well, you coach on technique, but only to keep them in a positive mindset.
If you see the level here, the guys who are in the finals, the level is so high, so the difference isn't the technique or isn't the equipment. The difference is the form of the day and the stability in the mind.
Prior to the match, it's mostly just enjoy and trust your shots, because Sheffy doesn't need to be super tidy in his shots to shoot tens. So he just has to believe that when the pace is good, then the tens will come.
In the women's compound, Turkey's Yeşim Bostan up against Natalia Avdieva of Russia. These two met in January in Nîmes World Cup final, with the veteran Avdieva besting Bostan by 2 points. Avdieva began the match with a perfect 30 to Bostan's 28, with the Turkish archer never able to claw her way back into contention. Heading into the 5th and final end, Bostan would need a perfect score and a mistake from Avdieva to take gold.
See a little bit of a laugh from her now. Sometimes you hit those matches.
4 gold. Natalia Avdieva is pouring it on right now.
So 4-point lead going into the last arrow.
All right, well, she did what she can in this final end of competition. Last arrow of regulation.
Just needs to basically hit the target, 7 to win.
Oh, she does it in fine style. What a way to win a gold and a fist
Great
pump
finish.
for for the Russian,
60.
Natalia Avdieva.
Great 60 to finish the match. That was beautiful.
So Natalia Avdieva, with no coach in the box, having a great go at it, 145 score. Just that third end kind of caught her out a little bit with that 27, but she'll win with a perfect 30, a 28, 27 in the third end, and then, as we say, X'd out from there, hit the 10 ring in her last 6 shots.
Great competitor, great archer, really works hard, so happy to see that for her.
For Natalia Avdieva, this was her second international win over Yashim Bostan in as many months.
Compound men's individual bronze.
The final event at the 2018 World Archery Indoor Championships, men's compound. Netherlands' Mike Schlusser, also known as Mr. Perfect, came up against Sergio Pagny, the 2014 Indoor World Champion, who dominated the early rounds in Yankton, scoring a 149 in each of his last 3 elimination matches. Before we dive into our final match, we had a chance to talk to the men competing for the World Champion title about their opportunity.
I'm going forward. I'm going to do my best and see what I of course, when I have it this time, I want to become the world champion, so we will see.
Well, Mikey is a perfect man, so he made the 600 for the first time in the world, and for sure, he is a good shooter, indoor, and will be very fun, this final. So normally I never think about the opponent, I'm just thinking only about me. But knowing that there is Mikey on the other side, probably I have to score 150.
In the first end of this gold medal match, these two titans were tied at 29 apiece. After that, the world number 3 began to eke away. And then as we entered the 5th end, Schlusser had a commanding 2-point lead over Pagny. Okay, so here we go, the final end of competition. Sergio Pagny from Italy, the newly crowned father, 6-month-old daughter back home, 2 points back. He's got to shoot perfect here to give himself a chance. That's the way he kicked things off.
As we've seen, anything can happen.
Anything can happen. A big cackle from the audience right at the wrong time.
Sergio's going to wish he had that last arrow back.
No question. Well, they're calling it a 10. All Mikey needed to do was hit the gold. And look, look at the look on Mike's face.
That's
wow.
What that is.
He tried so hard to give that one away.
Wow.
We wait for the official word from the judge, as Mike already has his hands in the air, and it's confirmed. The new world champion for indoor archery, Mike Schlusser, does it in fine style on a heart attack of a last arrow. But he catches the gold, and that's all he needed to win the gold here in Yankton. So congratulations. 146 to 145. Mike Schlusser nearly threw an 8, but it was good enough to keep him 1 point ahead and earn him the title of Indoor World Champion. Well, that'll wrap things up from the 2018 World Archery Indoor Championships from Yankton, South Dakota. The NFA Easton Yankton Archery Center has been a spectacular host for great shooting from archers from all over the world. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.